Hey guys, it's Jeff Johnson and welcome to video number 3. Today's video is called the 7 simple steps that are guaranteed to bring you free traffic and free leads from YouTube. Now here's what to expect from today's training. First, I'll do a very quick recap of video number 1 and video number 2. And then I'll do a real-life step-by-step case study in the highly competitive How to Meet Girls market. Now this is where I show you how the 7 steps can be used to grab free traffic and free leads from YouTube and how to use it to build your business. In video number 1, I revealed the 15 ranking and discoverability factors for YouTube. These are the 15 things that YouTube looks at when they're trying to decide just how much free traffic they should send your videos. They are so important that I put them together in a checklist for you. And in that checklist, I also gave you 42 very specific action items and tips that you can apply to your own videos, and I hope you do because it's very, very powerful. Now in video number 1, I also introduced a case study that focused in on an ex-starving college student in his 4 crappy little videos. I was so impressed with this guy's videos that I actually gave him a job. Now it's not the quality of the videos, the content that's crappy, it's how he recorded them. But he still built a lift of 2,000 people in a small little niche market, and he's still making sales to this very day 18 months later. In video number 2, I also introduced you to Nick Tobin as part of our case study. Now, Nick Tobin is a local business owner, and he pulled his business out of the recession and onto record sales, and he did it by tapping into the power of YouTube marketing. In video number 2, I also shared with you a trick that I call blog post link love. Now, it's a simple little trick that only takes about 5 minutes to set up, yet it's so powerful that it practically forces YouTube and Google to instantly send you free traffic. Which brings us to today's video, which is video number 3. Now here are a few assumptions that I had to make for today's training video. First, I'm assuming that you're a current business owner or an online marketer and that you're looking for more traffic and more leads. I also assume that you already have a lead funnel in place, or you at least know how to set one up, and something as simple as an opt-in page is all you need. And I assume that you know the basics of both market research and keyword research. Now they're a very important part of what we teach, but I just don't have time to teach them in this particular video, so we'll save that for another time. Which brings us to today's presentation, which is based on these 7 simple steps. And what I'd like to do is to walk them through point by point. And we'll start with step 1. Step 1 is market research. Now, there are several questions that you need to answer as part of the market research. And those questions are things like, are there products being sold profitably in the marketplace? Because if people aren't making money in that market, why in the world would you want to enter it? You also have to figure out if there's enough traffic available so you can scale the business out. If it's too small, it may not be worth entering into. Also, is there a back-end profit model? Can you sell them one product, or better yet, can you sell them the first product and then continue to sell them products for the life of the client? That's really building a business. Now, the most important question that you need to answer at part of this phase is it worth your time and effort from an opportunity cost standpoint? Everything that you do, every deal that you look at should be evaluated from an opportunity cost standpoint. Is it worth your time and money to do this particular task? If not, put it aside and move on to the next one. Step 2 is keyword research. Now what you're trying to do here is you're trying to find long-tail keyword phrases that are the low-hanging fruit, the easiest ones to go after. You want decent traffic volume, but not too many competing videos. And it's also not the one single keyword that you care about. What you're looking for is a huge basket of these low-hanging fruit keywords. It's the total volume of traffic on all those keywords combined that really matters. Now I use Google's free keyword tool more often than not. But YouTube also has a tool. I don't find it very helpful, but they do have one neat little trick, one neat little feature. Now here's what you do. You go and you find a video in your competing marketplace. Take the one URL from that video and you plug it into the YouTube tool. It will split out a list of keywords that YouTube believes are related to that particular video. Now who better than YouTube to tell you what keywords they think you should be targeting for your market? So take that list and continue the research. And you want to analyze all this stuff. In our business, we have a little piece of software that spits out something that's called the X-ray factor. Now, the X-ray factor takes a look at the patterns of searches both on Google and YouTube for different terms, and then it calculates a rating for it, and it tells us, relatively speaking, how easy it would be for us to go after that primary or secondary keyword phrase. Whatever you do, just make sure you spend a lot of time in the keyword research phase because it's very, very important. Now, step 3. Build a lead funnel. You'll notice that I'm telling you to actually build your lead funnel before you build your YouTube channel or even produce your first video. Now, if you already have one, simply plug it into your YouTube marketing. If you don't, then something as simple as an opt-in page on your site will qualify as a lead funnel. Your point, your objective is to drive all of your video traffic to your lead funnel first. grab the lead first, and then you try to sell them something. Step 4 is optimize your YouTube channel. Now, this is something that we covered extensively in video number 2, so I think we'll just move on at this point to step 5. Step 5 is optimize the videos. This is also something that we covered extensively in video number 1 and video number 2. Now, the basics of it are you are optimizing your videos for both keywords if you want free traffic, but also for lead generation if you want free leads. So if you haven't done so yet, download your cheat sheet, check out video 1 and 2, and you should be all set. Now, step 6, promote your videos. Now, we covered this in video number 1 and video number 2 as well, so we'll move on to step 7. Now, step 7 is re-optimize everything. You want to go back and check your results for everything that I talked about in video 1 and video 2. You want to split test your opt-in page. You want to split test your calls to action. You want to split test your pay-per-click ads, split test your call to action overlays. In fact, YouTube even shows the call to action overlays click rates inside YouTube Analytics. You want to use tracking links in your descriptions in your ads so you know exactly where your traffic is coming from and if it's converting into leads and how many clicks you get. You want to analyze your YouTube Analytics, analyze your Google Analytics, analyze your blog analytics. Take a look at everything and then keep going back, make changes, and keep trying to improve your results, because that's what marketing is all about. It's about constant improvement to your results. The better the traffic flows, the better the lead funnel, the more sales you'll have. Now, at this point, I have to stop the video and issue a warning. Coming up next are pictures of nearly naked women in lingerie. Now, it's not pornographic. It's no worse than you'll see in a Victoria's Secret catalog or even in their ads during primetime television. However, if you're easily offended, then please stop watching this video. This is about how to meet women, and I'm sure you'll agree that the people who are looking to meet women respond to hot women in tight little outfits, and that's exactly what we found in our market testing. Let's move on to today's case study. Now, step 1 was the market research phase. So we evaluated all these different markets and we decided to go after the how to meet girls market. Why did we do that? Well, there were a ton of searches on related topics. There was also an extremely heavy search volume in this particular market. There's a ton of money that's currently being spent on ads, which means people are making money because they're spending a fortune to buy ads for it. There's also a lot of money being earned by people in this current marketplace. How do I know that? Well, I went over to ClickBank, I went to CJ, I went everywhere I could find, and I saw that people were spending money. There's also a ton of products that are being sold, which is important, but most importantly, I think the fact that we chose this market is because I have 4 single guys in our office and they would all like to learn how to meet girls. So that's why we chose the how to meet girls market. Step 2 was the keyword research phase. We found dozens of low-hanging fruit keywords. They had high search volume on Google and high search volume on YouTube, and there were a relatively low number of competing results. So that means it would be easier for us to go after them and get high rankings for. And remember, we found a basket full of these things, dozens, and each of the keyword phrases that we found can be the focus of a single video. So if you have 50 keyword phrases, you could actually make 50 videos if you wanted to. Now, step 3 is build your lead funnel. For this particular case study, we put up a blog at approachblueprint.com. You'll notice that we also put an opt-in page in that blog because that's our lead funnel. So when someone comes to the blog, we show ads like this one. And there's an ad that says, learn how to attract girls like her, and has arrows pointing at a woman in a very skimpy outfit. We found through our testing that they respond to images of women. We want to get them from our blog into our opt-in page. Our opt-in page is also hosted on this blog. So if someone clicks one of the ads on our site, it takes them to this page. This is our opt-in page. We are split testing our headlines. We're split testing our bullet points. We're split testing the buttons themselves. So instead of saying just continue, like most of them say, it says really cool stuff about picking up women. We also split test the background images. We're rotating blondes, brunettes, women's in bikinis, women on beaches, women's in lingerie. Every one of those factors helps you improve your conversion rates. And those are the types of things that you need to test. Now, in step 4, after we set up our lead funnel, then we went over and we set up our YouTube channel and we optimized the YouTube channel. Now, I covered this stuff in the other videos, so real quickly, we'll go over it again. We encourage people to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a very important thing. There's benefits to doing so. We talked about that before. We also branded the channel. So when someone's at our channel, the entire channel talks about our brand, our URL, our domain, and we're trying to get them from YouTube over to the blog to join our mailing list. We also put links to our free reports and to our blogs inside the About Me page, and there's actually a link to our Facebook channel here. Now, You can put any link you want here, including Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter if you wanted to. We didn't actually build, well, we built a Facebook page, but we never added anything to it because we're not in this market. This is just a case study. But as you can see, we're able to get 111,000 views, and we have 6 videos inside this channel. Now, moving on to step 5. Step 5 is where you optimize the videos. So we optimize for keywords, and we also optimize for our lead funnel, and I covered this stuff extensively in video number 1 and video number 2. But let me show you some real life examples. First, let me tell you that it's not the recording quality that we're optimizing the video for. The recording quality doesn't matter as much as the quality of the content. Here's a picture of our first video that went onto this channel. My guys grabbed an $80 flip video camera, ran up to one of our conference rooms, flipped on the light, and took a $200 whiteboard and started recording. They didn't use my $2,000 camera. They didn't use my $1,500 with the lightings. They didn't use my $2,000 teleprompter. They used a marker on a $200 board with an overhead light. Now, this particular video is what we call a ghetto style video. It's low quality, low image quality, low audio, and low lighting. But the content is fantastic and the viewers love it because this video had 31,727 views when I took the screenshot. There were 163 likes and only 7 dislikes. So I'm not talking about optimizing the quality of the video. That doesn't matter. It's the quality of the content that matters. Now, here's an example of where we optimize our description for keywords. Now, remember in video 1, I told you that you could put 5,000 characters in your video description, and I told you to use every single one of those characters. Here's an example where we optimize for keywords. Why do we do that? Why does each video have more than one keyword that we optimize for? Well, it gives us an increased chance of showing up on the front page of YouTube. Now, here's an example where we did a search for a phrase, how to approach a girl. Now, the one video that we have that is optimized for the primary keyword phrase, how to approach a girl, is actually at the top of the page. You can't see it in the screenshot because this is the bottom. Now, that is at the very top. Now, we also have 2 additional videos on the very front page of YouTube search results for the phrase, how to approach a girl. Now, those 2 videos were not primarily focused on that phrase. However, we included that phrase as a secondary keyword phrase in our descriptions and in our tags. So this is why you want to do that. Instead of having 1 video show up on the front page of YouTube, we have 3 videos. In fact, the one that you see at the very bottom is another trick that I taught you in video 1. That's called a playlist. We compiled 5 of our favorite videos, our videos that we produced ourselves. We put them into a playlist. And that's another opportunity for you to show up in the front page of YouTube, which is exactly why I teach you guys these things. Now, moving on, here is a blog post that has been optimized for leads. We are trying to actually get people into our lead funnel. So as they're watching our video on our blog, they'll see this little thing in the right-hand side, the sidebar, and we rotate different images and different headlines of attractive women with different headline phrases. Now, you'll notice here, it's actually what looks like a video. There's a little play button in the sidebar of that image of the brunette. But if they click that image, they actually go to our Optin page. Now, our split testing has shown us in multiple different markets that have nothing to do with women, that if the image is actually made to look like a video, there's a higher click-through rate, and that's what we want. Also, here's another example of a blog post that's been optimized for social sharing. We encourage people to share our videos. We make it easy for them by putting the buttons all around the video on the blog itself. The next thing we see here is a video that has been optimized for leads. Here's how it works. In this particular example, the video is playing, and there's a host in the video. And then the host shows this picture inside the video. And he gives a shout out and he says, hey guys, check this out. I'm willing to send you a free report. If you look for the description below this video, you're going to see something that looks like this. And if you see this link, click that link below this video because we will take you over and we'll give you a free copy of our research report. And if they click the link, it's a special tracking link. We know who clicked it. It sends them over to our Optin page. They can join our mailing list and we know how effective our marketing is for this particular video. Here's another video that's been optimized for leads. You'll notice that it actually has an intro screen and an outro screen. You have to add these yourself, but you design an intro screen and an outro screen as the first screen someone sees when they look at your video and the last screen they see before they end the video. And in there, we put our calls to actions, we put our branding, we put our watermarks, we put our domain name. You'll also notice in this particular example, we included a thumbnail of our most popular video. So as they're watching the end of one of our videos, before we let YouTube steal them away from us by recommending someone else's video, we hit them with a thumbnail of our best video. So if they click that, they become engaged and watch another one of our videos. In this video, you'll also notice at the very bottom of the video, there's a little ad that popped up. That is what they call a call to action overlay. It's not really an ad because you don't have to pay for it. It's free. but we optimize that as well to get leads over to our website. So free, it pops up and it says learn how to meet hot chicks like this one on the left, absolutely free. If they click that ad, it takes them over to our lead funnel and they join our mailing list. Now step 6 is promote your videos. I covered this extensively in video number 1. So let's move on to another hot tip. Now this particular hot tip will work for anyone, whether you're entering a new market or if it's an existing marketplace. Here's what you do. You do an online search and you try to find discussion groups and forums that are related to your topic or your market, and then you start contributing high value content to your group. I don't want you to spam them. I don't want you to post your own content at this point. I want you to find these discussion groups and these forums, and I want you to join in on the discussion. I want you to post other people's stuff, not your stuff. I want you to go there and say, hey, I just found this great article about how to meet women. Check it out. Hey, I just found this great video from Joe. Joe's a member here in the group forum. Joe, that's a fantastic video. If you guys haven't watched it, here's a link to it. You want to become a valued member of that community before you post your own content. Now, this particular step can easily be outsourced. You can have people out there going to hundreds of different discussion groups and forums doing this type of stuff for you. And what's really nice about that is if you're outsourcing it, they don't have to create your content. In fact, they don't even want your content. All they have to do is search the marketplace, find related articles, and post them in the forums for you. I'm not talking about spamming. I'm talking about adding true value. Now, after you've added true value, after you've joined the discussions and become a valued member of the community, then I want you to go back and post your own content. So here's an example from this case study. My guys, they joined one particular discussion group, just one of them, and they posted other people's articles, videos, and blog posts. And then after a while, they became a trusted member of the group. They hadn't spent much time at all on this. Then they went back there after they built their first YouTube channel for the How to Meet Girls market, and they said, hey guys, we just built our first YouTube channel. We posted our first video. Could you do me a favor and check it out? Leave your comments, let me know what you think, and while you're at it, give it a thumbs up, like, and share it with your friends. Well, within 24 hours after doing that for our very first video, with no list, without a channel subscribers, within the first 24 hours, that video had 1,700 views, and it's gone up from there. So it's a great way to jumpstart videos when you post them to YouTube, especially if you don't already have a following. Here's another example of something I taught you in video 1. This is where you promote your videos inside your other videos by using annotations. When someone searches for a video on YouTube or in Google, it pops up a single video and they start watching it. Well, this particular video is part 2 of a 2-part series. Now here's the tough part. YouTube and Google do not make it easy on the viewer to find part 1. So they're watching part 2, they have no idea how to find part 1. You know what's going to happen? They will leave your video and watch somebody else's video, because YouTube does make it easy for them to find other people's videos. So your job as a marketer is to engage them with your content. So here's what I did. I used what I call a table of contents annotation. At the very beginning of the video, part 2, at the very bottom of it, I put in an annotation in yellow. And I said, you are currently watching part 2. Please click here if you'd like to watch part 1 first. And then I linked over to part 1 of this video. So if someone starts watching part 2, they can easily find part 1, and I keep them engaged with my content, not someone else's. Now here's another example where we're actually promoting our videos with playlists. We combined. You could actually create a playlist of other people's videos if you want to. I suggest you create playlists of your own videos and post them on their channel, because here's what happens. When they're watching the video on our channel, the playlist pops up on the bottom, and it gives our 6 most highly effective, most highly engaging videos all in one spot. It's 6 videos. They press play with all these nice little thumbnails. They press play and they start watching the videos. And then YouTube says, oh, let's start video number 2. And they take it from one video to the second video to the third video to the fourth video. It's a great way to promote your videos and keep your viewers engaged with your content instead of someone else's. Now, step 7, this is the final step. You want to re-optimize everything. This is very important, very important. Go back and check your results for everything that you've done. Split test your opt-in pages, split test your calls to action, split test your pay-per-click ads, split test your call to action overlays, use tracking links in your descriptions and your ads. Analyze your YouTube analytics, analyze your Google analytics, analyze your blog analytics. Take a look at everything that we've been talking about and try to make them better. And here's another hot tip. Now be sure to download your Tube Traffic Secrets cheat sheet and checklist and actually use it. That checklist has over 42 very specific action items and tips that you can use to optimize each and every one of your videos. So just start with one video and go on from there. And while you're at it, please keep an eye out for my next video, because my next video is going to reveal a special opportunity that everyone watching this video can actually take advantage of. So here's a hint. it takes what I've been sharing with you for the last 3 videos and it multiplies it by a factor of at least 1,000. So please keep an eye out for my next video. My name is Jeff Johnson. I appreciate your time, and we'll talk again very, very soon.